of new allegations that rapper Young Thug and a co-defendant conducted a hand-to-hand drug deal in the courtroom where jury selection was going on. A judge has paused jury selection at least 3 times over drugs, arrests, and a health scare. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie covering this now with us live in downtown, where he obtained video of this alleged drug transaction. Mark, you talked with Thug's attorney late today. He said his client did nothing wrong.
Yeah, we've got both sides. Listen, a motion filed late today by the prosecution by itself would have been a bombshell. But late today, we also obtained the video. It was caught on camera in court, says Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labat, who told us courtroom surveillance video captured an alleged hand-to-hand drug transaction between Young Thug, real name Jeffrey Williams, and a fellow defendant in the YSL RICO conspiracy trial, Khalif Adams, a transaction brought to light when one of Labat's deputies spotted what was going on and retrieved the drug, Percocet, from Young Thug. Keith Adams, you're one of Young Thug's attorneys. What's his side of this?
Well, his side is the truth. The reality is Mr. Williams had nothing to do with what went on in the courtroom on yesterday. One of the co-defendants, on his way to the restroom, attempted to pass something to Mr. Williams, who immediately turned it over to the deputy.
He did not know it was allegedly Percocet?
Did not know. Well, we don't know what it is. Did not know what it was, turned it over to the deputy right away.
A newly filed motion bearing the names of Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis and Deputy DA Adrian Love lays out allegations in detail. The document says on January 18th, 2023, defendant Khalif Adams and defendant Jeffrey Lamar Williams, a.k.a. Young Thug, conducted a hand-to-hand drug transaction inside courtroom 1C of the Fulton County Superior Courthouse. Defendant Khalif Adams stood up from his chair inside courtroom 1C and walked unattended to where defendant Jeffrey Lamar Williams, a.k.a. Young Thug, was seated at counsel table next to his attorney. Defendant Adams approached defendant Williams and extended a closed right hand toward defendant Williams. Defendant Williams extended his open right hand toward defendant Adams' closed right hand and accepted an item of contraband, to wit Percocet, from inside defendant Adams' hand. Defendant Williams then closed his right hand around the contraband and placed his closed right fist underneath the table where he sat. The document says Sheriff's Office personnel immediately approached defendant Williams and demanded that defendant Williams relinquish the contraband defendant Williams placed in his hand before placing his hand under the table. The document adds, during the search of defendant Adams, the sheriff recovered from defendant Adams Percocet, marijuana, tobacco, and other contraband wrapped in plastic and food seasonings to mask the odor of the marijuana. Defendant Adams was then taken to Grady Hospital after he appeared to ingest other items of contraband that he held on his person in an effort to conceal the extent of his crimes within the courtroom. The prosecution motion suggests Young Thug has filed multiple motions demanding a speedy trial, opposing a continuance of any kind, but, quote, for accuracy, the record should reflect that defendant Williams, along with defendant Adams' actions caused a delay in the trial. Young Thug maintains his innocence to all the allegations he faces in the YSL case.
Each and every one of them.
Has he been charged in connection with this?
Absolutely not, and we don't expect that to be the case because he did nothing.
Khalif Adams, no relation, whom you do not represent, has also pled not guilty to the YSL RICO conspiracy.
That's true. That's true.
So this is all coming together very late. The Fulton County DA's office says any charging decision against Young Thug involving the alleged Percocet would only be made after a full investigation. Now, I reached out to attorney Tiambre Callan in behalf of Khalif Adams via text. The text reply was, on behalf of Mr. Adams, these allegations are simply that. Mere allegations made by the state in an effort to thwart the lengthiness of the jury selection process. Mr. Adams adamantly maintains his innocence and looks forward to the conclusion of this trial. Reporting live in
Yo, 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 it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back, another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in on the latest in the YSL State RICO case in Georgia. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, this thing here that became a full-blown soap opera at this point. You can only see this in the movies or TV, but it's going on in real life. And I'm having links in the description from WSB TV where y'all can read and watch the whole write-up at. And I'm going to read a piece of the write-up in a second. But, bro, I don't know what Mr. Adams is thinking. Bro, I don't know how you thought you was going to get away with that. That was going to be fly. I don't even know if he was trying to be discreet about this at this point. In the middle of the courtroom with everybody watching the superstar, one of the biggest rappers in the game, you gonna try to go past him something? That don't make entirely no sense at all, bro. I can't understand it. Then on top of this, right after this situation happened with Yak Gotti's mother allegedly, and I'm pretty sure she just actually left those items in her purse. They talking about the tobacco and the rolling papers, but now this goes on. And I'm gonna tell you like this. They say innocent until proven guilty, and you always are in the court of law. But they said when they went in the back, it was scuffling, a bunch of loud noises, and everything like that going on. And then he tried to ingest the stuff. That's what they accused him of. But in the write-up, it says they went to the hospital after this, and they was concerned about the jury hearing the noises. This affects you in your case, bro. Just keeping it 1,000, because the jury that's gonna get selected is seeing all this behavior, all these accusations, and you're trying to make yourself look innocent, and this make you look guilty. I'm gonna say innocent until proven guilty. I believe that and stand on that, but they saying this happened. According to the state, Mr. Adams was transported to the hospital because he allegedly ingested the contraband. However, upon information and belief, Mr. Adams was also transported because he needed medical assistance after being tasered several times by officers. According to the motion, several attorneys raised concerns about potential jurors hearing the loud noises. They may have been audible in the hallways where several jurors were waiting. A representative from Jury Services advised the court that potential jurors were told that security had to be tightened up, the motion said. As I said before, bro, we got to avoid this type of shit all around. I would hope a nigga is not that crazy to be trying to pass Percocets and drugs inside of the courtroom. This is going to be a long process. They keep getting postponed and incidents happening. And they gonna have a real documentary after this. I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000, but niggas gotta move smarter. The trial process, the jury, I'm gonna keep saying it every time. This is what you sign up for. They innocent until proven guilty, but when you dive in them streets, it get real, my nigga. And you gonna be sitting on trial, going through a lot of heartache and pain. Your money, your family, your parents, all gonna be put on hold. They gotta go through it with you. Everybody got to go through the trial with you. Just keeping it all the way 1,000. Tell me what y'all think. We got more shit coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.